Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me. If this is your very first time here, welcome. I'm so glad to have you. And if you're returning, hey girl, hey, welcome back. If you missed the memo, girl, we're pregnant. We're having our third baby. I have two sons. I have a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old who turns 3 in July, and I am currently 10 weeks pregnant with my third child. So today I am going to be doing a 10-week bump date. So for these bump dates, I plan to like really keep it real, okay? Because I feel like, you know, your first pregnancy, even your second pregnancy, you're kind of like treading lightly because you don't want to sound like you're ungrateful, or you don't really want to sound like you don't like being pregnant. But listen, being pregnant is hard. Whew, I did not find out that I was pregnant until I was 7.5 weeks pregnant. It's a lot. I have a video out about how I found out I was pregnant, and you know, it talks a little bit more about how I got pregnant on birth control. If you'd like to watch that, I will link it up here and in the description below for you to take a look at that. But yes, we are 10 weeks pregnant and we are nauseous, okay? I mean, like, this is next level nausea. I had nausea with my second child. Some people are nauseous and they never actually throw up. That's not your girl. Like, the thought of certain food, and food in general, to be honest, I don't have a specific aversion to anything. With my second son, I couldn't eat beef. But this time, like, I could throw up a biscuit. Like, it doesn't matter what it is. It just depends on how the baby is feeling at that time. I am starting to feel very pregnant, like in my belly. So, you know, at the beginning of pregnancy, for me, I don't usually like feel anything necessarily in my stomach. There will be cramping, but there comes a point in your pregnancy where it's like, okay, there's something living in there. Even if you can't feel it like moving and swimming around necessarily, it's like you feel a mass growing, basically. So I am starting to feel that. I looked on my app this morning and they said that my little baby is about the size of a kumquat. This is my favorite part, like seeing the baby's size change. I'm pulling it up on my app so y'all can see. Baby is the size of a tart kumquat here at 10 weeks, so that's kind of exciting. As far as my other symptoms, it started about, I want to say the end of last week, so right at 9 weeks, or at the end of 8 weeks, I started getting this pain like in my back. And you know, like when you are sitting in a poor posture for too long, you kind of get that like stretching feeling in your back, but as soon as you fix your posture and you like massage it out, it goes away. Only thing is, this pain is like, it doesn't let up. It has not gone away since it started. So I have a constant pain on my left side above my left hip, and at this point I'm just kind of used to it. Like, okay, this is what we doing this time around. All right, let's do it. So that's another one of my symptoms. I've been having a lot of cramping. Like, it actually worried me at first how much I was cramping, just because they say cramping is fine, but it was so often that it like made me nervous. But I have cramps very, very often, and I kind of just feel like I'm walking around with period cramps most of the day. So, and the way that my period cramps work is I'll have a cramp, it starts in the front of my stomach, but it like goes through to my back. And so I kind of walk around with like these front to back cramps most of the day. So that's another symptom here at around 10 weeks. I have been getting acne, y'all. Like, I don't know if you can see it, but I've been getting bumps, and I don't normally get bumps. And that should have been another sign for me, because when I was about 6 weeks, I didn't know that I was pregnant yet. Like, I didn't have a positive pregnancy test, but I woke up and I had a bump like dead in the center of my forehead, and that just doesn't happen to me. So I'm out of breath. So I started trying all different types of face wash, like trying to figure out what what's going on. But yeah, so I had an appointment around 8.5 weeks. I got an ultrasound because they weren't sure how far along I was yet, and I'll actually show you that here. But I got an ultrasound and they asked me to take a glucose test because we know how this goes. Shady experiences in plus size pregnancy. I will leave a link to that video as well. It all remains true. This time I wasn't so upset that they had me do it so early because number one, I didn't know how far along I was, and number two, after 2 kids, I'm a little bit heavier than I was the first 2 times around, so I was like, okay, go ahead. But the glucose test came back negative. Everything is good on that front. I am gonna show you my bump. It's not really a bump at this point, but for any of my other, like, you know, plus size women, you know what I'm saying, we want to have something to compare to as well. So I'm gonna show it to you. It's just stomach at this point, but you know, it's gonna grow, so I want to have something to compare it against. So yes, that is the end of my bump date. I am hoping to do these at least every 2 weeks, so I will see you in the next video. Bye.